Welcome back to ETV. This week we've got new movies in the local theater, a film festival, new DVDs, and all kinds of new theater. Whew, sounds like a big week. Here's Sean McBride, the movie guy, to start us off with the new movies.
We're going to marry Susan Johnson.
Hello, Arthur.
Ah! What was that?
French kiss.
Really? Because the French always surrender. That was decidedly German.
Hey, if you like remakes, then you'll be happy about the new production of Arthur, with Russell Brand playing a billionaire playboy who is forced to choose between love and lots of money.
Don't want to marry Susan.
Fine. You are cut off.
Cut off from that.
The money.
Now, the Deadly Moore Liza Minnelli original is a bit dated, but it had a nice sense of whimsy that the new Arthur lacks. Maybe I'm just waxing nostalgic here, but I say stay home and rent the original Arthur on DVD.
Sometimes children are bad people, too.
Did she turn out as you hoped?
Better.
Hannah is the sleek girl power thriller where Saoirse Ronan plays a teenage girl who's trained to be a killer while growing up in the Alaskan wilderness. Now she's set free to wreak havoc on the world, and the world better watch out.
In a faraway land, there live two brothers. One brave and bold, the other not so much.
The R-rated comedy, Your Highness, is the story of two princes who set out on a quest to defeat an evil wizard and rescue a fair maiden. The problem is that the younger brother prince is a slacker dude and not exactly a heroic type. Cue the slapstick comedy.
With our huge muscles, we shall protect you.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? That didn't really go as planned.
And that's what's new at the movies this week. I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy, for ETV.
And joining us now to tell us about those great movies, Sean McBride, the movie guy. Hey, how are you?
It's all good. We have some good movies this week.
Now, we saw 3 movies in the package, but there's actually 4 movies that are out?
That's right. There's a movie called Soul Surfer, which also opened, and that is a new one. It's Anna Sophia Robb. Basically, it's the story. It's a sports drama, overcoming adversity type thing. She's a surfer, but she was attacked by a shark, and so she lost her arm. And so she is, can she get back on the board? Can she, reclaim her passion for surfing? And, it's an inspirational sports drama. Did not get to see this one, and it was actually supposed to open next week, and then it got moved forward. That's why it's not in the new movie package. But certainly, I'm a sucker for these sports dramas because, I'm not saying anything qualitatively about Soul Surfer, but they don't have to be good because they're always inspiring. And so you're always just excited to see them. I think it's probably going to be a lot of fun.
And Dennis Quaid's in that also, right?
We're in Helen Hunt. I mean, it's a good cast and it's an inspirational story, and I expect it's going to be pretty good.
Sounds cool.
The one we really should talk about this week is Hannah.
Yeah.
And Hannah is one that's sort of sliding under the radar. There's a thing called the Blacklist in Hollywood, and what it is, it's a list of the 10 best unproduced screenplays. And Hannah has been on this list for years now. And it's just one of those films, they didn't know how they could do it, they didn't have the actress. Basically, you need a 14-year-old girl who can kick butt a la Angelina Jolie and Salt and stuff. And Saoirse Ronan, I don't know if you recall her from Atonement. She plays this woman. Basically, it's the story of a girl who's been trained to be sort of a killer assassin in the Arctic Circle, and then she's let loose upon the world and stuff. Really, really quite a good film. So that's my pick of the week. Let's also remember, though, we've got Arthur, which will be huge this week. Arthur I didn't think was a great film. I understand why they remake, because younger audiences don't want to go back and watch older things, particularly if they're in black and white. Dudley Moore and Liza Minnelli, though, the original Arthur.
Nice job.
Yeah, and that's not that old. So I would suggest in this case, go back and rent the original Arthur. It had sort of a nice sense of whimsy to it that made it sort of a lighter film as opposed to this new one, which is more about the slapstick. And I'm a fan of Russell Brand, but I just don't think it's a great film. So there's that one. And then Your Highness with, Danny McBride and, Natalie Portman and stuff. I have not seen that one, though. But it's an R-rated, sort of a raunchy comedy set in medieval times. There's probably some funny moments. I like Danny McBride in movies. I'll be honest with you. I think that he is not as good on TV, but I like him in small doses, and so I suspect this is probably a good little movie, but have not seen Your Highness. Now, over the flicks this week, the new one that they have is called Desert Flower. It's based on the international best-selling memoir, the story of a teenage refugee from Somalia who was discovered by a fashion photographer, and she became a supermodel. That's the new one. But Sunday, we have LunaFest back at the flicks. Now, LunaFest is an annual compilation of short films by, about, and for women, and the profits go to breast cancer research. So the event is sponsored by Real Women of the West. Tickets are $9.50. That's LunaFest. For more information, go to theflixboise.com or lunafest.org. Now, over on DVD, we actually have some pretty good stuff, but I think the one that everyone's talking about is Tron or Tron Legacy.
Right.
You know, I'm an okay fan of Tron, but I don't think it's any better than the original one. Visually, it's really quite cool. I mean, the light vehicles in particular, I love light vehicles. But, you know, if you didn't see it in theaters, I'm not sure it's going to be that great on a home DVD. But that's the big one this week. Hey, 2 new plays over in local theater. The first one is I Never Sang for My Father, the story of Gene, a widower with an elderly mother that he loves and an 80-year-old father that he's never loved. Mom dies, and now Gene is faced with taking care of the father. That's over at Boise Little Theater. Go to boiselittletheater.org. And then over at Boise Contemporary Theater, they have The Velocity of Autumn. It's the 60th play from playwright Eric Cobble. Story of Lillian, who's her kids want to kick her out of her Brooklyn brownstone, and she's saying, if you kick me out, I'm going to blow it up. Check that out at bctheater.org.
Cool. Well, thanks so much, Sean. We appreciate the update on all the cool stuff heading our way in the theaters and everything else. Stick around. More ETV coming up right after this.